Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of Anakhet's belly dance videos. I'll be going through the basics of belly dance with the next series of videos. After that we'll go through the more advanced steps. But first, before anything, we have to warm up. So, these will just be basic warm-ups, don't worry about it. Everything will be easier for right now. Tilt your head to one side and stretch. Bring your head down. Side to side. In the other direction. Stretch up. Down. Up. And down. Widen your stance a little bit. Lean over to one side. And the other. You want to each stretch for a count of about 5. Stair stretches. Reach up for the sky. Try to grab it. And both hands up and lean over. Try to touch your toes. If you can't, it's okay. Go up. Shake out the legs. I don't know about yours. Mine always gets stiff. So we're going to open our stance a little bit. And lean over again. Try to keep the back straight. Stretch out the legs, one side and the other. Legs in. As I mentioned, this will be a basic beginning to everything. For dancers who already dance, this will be more of a review. I'm using the same notes I was trained with. So hopefully this will help new dancers too. Everywhere starts at the beginning. Most of the time it's with your basic stance. Some teachers teach that you want to have the knees bent, pelvic tucked down. I don't believe in that method. I feel it locks up your muscle structure and bones. So instead of your hips being tucked in, back straight, head up, neutralize your position. So if I was sideways, instead of being like this, I'm keeping my hips straight. My knees are still slightly bent so I can move easily. And for me, there are 2 types of basic positions. There's what I call locked hold, where your weight is on both feet equally, knees bent, your arms be basically at your sides. You want to try not to have chicken wings where your arms are completely bent, but you don't want planks. You want a nice gentle curve in your arm. Now with your weight being on both feet, it's very hard to move. So this is what I call a locked hold. For open hold, simply shift your weight over to one foot. The other leg gets bent more. I can easily move my bent leg around. I'm not locked into a position any way or shape or form. This is what I call open hold. Makes sense? So everything is going to actually start with either open or locked hold. Arms out is your basic arm position. There's also Turkish arms 1, which is backs of hands together. Turkish 2, palms together. It's a little bit harder. Not something I would suggest normally, but it's a very graceful look, as you can see. I tend to do backs of hands together for my personal stance. And basic arms up, but it simply looks like you're holding a jam. Beach ball above your head. Very nice stance, very empowering stance, because you're bringing everything down to you. But again, most of our dance positions will actually start with the hands and arms in full neutral position. Palms do matter, but we'll get to that later. For right now, just work on not having a chicken wing and not having planks. Grace. For the actual hand motions, a great way to warm up your hands, put your palms together in prayer, and you're going to bend your knuckles. You basically want your fingers to look like seats on a chair. Do that a few times. It'll feel uncomfortable at first, but you'll eventually get it to where you can go further and further down. You want your palms to always stay together. That's the trick. After you get so you can bring your hands down, start moving your fingers back and forth. Gently opening them up, massaging them. Stretch out the hands, palm forward, one hand against your fingers, push your hand back, and then down, back, and down. A lot of dance moves also work for stretching. That's why I'm incorporating them into both. Simply because everything we do is an exercise. It is a stretch. You're either manipulating the muscles and exercising them, or you're stretching them. So a very basic hand move is known as the wine glass. Bring your hand up, pinch your fingers together as if you're holding a wine glass. Going to turn your wine glass over and turn it right side up. This will get your hand used to flowing. This way you can do the more moves such as caress and wave. So you do it with one hand. All I'm literally doing is just flipping my hand over and rolling my wrist. And make sure you do it with the other hand too. You want to have the same ability to do moves with one hand that you do with the other. Everything should be able to be mirrored. If you can't, it's okay. For a while, I couldn't either with this arm, simply because I had an injury, and I actually had to reteach all my muscles. Just keep doing it. Don't let yourself stop unless it actually hurts. Next is one of my favorite moves to help bring new dancers in when I'm dancing out in public, which is called figure eight in front. Lean over slightly. One leg is bent in front of you. Then bring your arms, one hand behind the other. Picture holding a rope. And you're going to sweep your arms in, making a figure eight motion. This is also called pulling up the anchor. Can you see why? I'm just sweeping my hands forward, bringing forward, grabbing that rope, cupping it in my hand, and pulling back. Bring the other arm forward, grab the rope, pull it back, and I'm letting it go behind me. This is a very welcoming move. You can either do it low, like this, or you can bring it up a little. Like I said, it is an invitation move, so keep that in mind. You can use it to bring people in to watch, or invite another dancer to come dance with you. Caress, remember the wine glass that we just practiced? With caress, you start up into the air, and you back up a little bit. You start up above your head, and you're actually just flowing. You want to create almost like a figure eight move with your hand. You bring your arm into it if you want, but mostly it's the hand. If you notice, I'm not touching my skin. I'm keeping my hand away from my body. And it's just out and in, out and in, out and in. Most of these steps, if you notice, I'm keeping my fingers in that wine glass position with the middle fingers closer to the thumb, other fingers up. This is a more dramatic form of it. You can also bring the fingers closer, open them out. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. I tend to do a more dramatic. So now that we've got our arms warmed up, yes, feel free to stretch throughout. Stretching is good. We're now going to work on the head. Remember that Turkish arms position? Bring your hands up, either have them touch. You can also do prayer, although it's not a good, it's not typically used. But with this position, it helps loosen up the neck. And now I want you to picture a string going from one ear through and coming out the other ear. You can also practice this next move by putting your palms next to your head. But you want your shoulders brought down. You don't want to scrunch it up. Keep your shoulders down. Arms up helps with this. And you're literally going to slide your head from one side to the other. One side to the other. If you want to look at this from a muscular point of view, we're actually using the muscles across the back of the neck to literally pull the head. Don't tilt the chin. This is why having the hands by the ears can be a helpful thing. Because I'm going to touch the ears to my hands. And this is called the head slide. The head slide will be later combined with another move to create the head circle. For now, just practice sliding the head one side to the other. Again, try not to tilt. It's literally a slide. The head circle, we're actually going to learn diamond first. Diamond is the more basic version, and as you get more comfortable with diamond, you'll smooth out the edges to create a circle. So, for a head diamond, head forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward. So I'm quite literally drawing a very clumsy diamond box. Call it what you will. Once you get comfortable with that, start actually smoothing out the edges to create that head circle. You'll feel a little bit of strain, again, down your neck, and even down into a little bit of your back. This is why stretching is so important, and why when we stretch the head, we tilt it to the side, and we came forward to stretch all those muscles out. Moving down the body, next we'll come to the stomach. Stomach moves are a little bit harder. Not going to hide that. The first move is called the flutter. Now the flutter is an interesting move. Put your hand right here and cough. Feel that muscle jump? It's your diaphragm. Now, to create a flutter, you're literally coughing, but you're going to hold your breath. Yeah. You can see how this can be hard. So, for a flutter, you don't necessarily want to hold your stomach tight, but you want to make sure your chest is up, pelvis is in neutral position, and we're just going to cough. Or pant is another way you can do it. Now, if you're on a stage, you don't have a microphone, you can actually pant. Wouldn't suggest this at a restaurant. but you'll learn how to do it quietly with practice, but you're literally painting. To create a flutter movement. We will see it better. This way a lot of dancers have some sort of fringe or something. So watch the fringe. It's jumping. Now, the trick is to do it without the hips moving. This way hip scarf can be a very useful thing. You can either tighten the hips, tightens the buttocks, and then do it. You notice the hips go silent. Or you can loosen up a little bit, but please note that that will cause the hips to move. You want to isolate. If you move the stomach, you don't want to move the hips or the chest, and vice versa. Everything is separated from each other. Please note, if you're trained in classic ballet, this will be hard for you. I'm sorry. Ballet teaches rigidness. This is not ballet. So again, it's just a pant. Now if you're in close quarters, instead of actually breathing through your mouth, you're going to do this in shorter bursts. So you're going to hold your breath while doing it. Stomach rolls can help because it helps you breathe. But we'll get to that later. Before you can learn stomach roll, you have to learn your undulations, which are an isolated event. First, we're going with the chest. Going to an open home position. And with your chest, you're going to bring it forward, back, down, forward, back, down. And you're drawing a circle with your boobs. Great way to remember this is look at my boobs. Oh, nope, you can't. You'll feel this along the sides of your back here. The reason I'm going over muscles is it does help with some people. Now, if you're not a muscular person, more of a skeletal person, like my brain is, just think you're moving rib cage forward, back, and down. That's all you're doing. Forward, back, and down. Now, if you're having a hard time with that, you can break it down even further to just a slide. So for a slide, best way to learn for me was go into a lock home position, arms up, and we're going to reach to one side, then the other. Try to keep your shoulders level. We're just going to keep going back and forth. You can open up home a little bit if it helps you isolate from the hips. Please notice I'm not moving my hips at all. I'm moving just my shoulders. Reaching, 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 reaching. Another way you can do the rib cage undulation is remember that reaching. We go forward, reach, down, reach to the other side, forward. So instead of drawing the circle this way, we're going to draw it this way. And you'll feel the same muscles being used that you did with the forward circle that you do with the side. Now, some people call this a shoulder shimmy, some people call it a breast shimmy. It is your choice. I like to call it shoulder shimmy. You want to open your home, but keep the buttocks tight. This way, your hips don't move. Now, to teach it slow, I'm going to bring one shoulder forward and back, and reverse. It's kind of like you're doing this little sassy shrug. You do it slow. And you're just going to speed it up. Speed it up more. Until finally You're barely moving your shoulders back and forward, but your whole upper body is shaking. If you notice, the points of my belt are immediately silent. That's because my position is a very tense up from the lower body down. I still have the weight off my foot. If you notice, I can kick it, I can move it around, but my coins stay very quiet. By the way, in case anyone's noticing, I'm actually looking at my old dance notes. This way I can follow them and help with that. So, we've got the head, we've done arms, we've done chest, stomach a little bit. Now we're going to move down to the hips. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit to make it easier to see. First will be the hip lift. So, open your home. We'll start with the left hip. We're going to bring it up and down. Now, if you actually watch my leg, you'll notice I'm bringing my whole leg up and then I drop it down. This is a basic beginner's trick to move the whole leg up. Once you get more comfortable with it and you can move muscularly versus skeletally, you'll keep your leg down and you're more using the muscles, the side muscles here that we're stretching. You're going to contract them. And you'll feel that contraction here and up the side. And this is just a hip lift. This is more of a smaller hip lift by doing it muscularly, or again you can do it skeletally and actually bounce your whole hip up and down. Practice with the other side. Again, open the hole. You may notice one side moves easier than the other. That probably just means you're carrying your weight differently on that side, either intentionally or not. But always remember, when you're stretching, make sure you stretch constantly, even in dance, so you don't have any muscle issues later, even if you warmed up. Stretch as you do the videos. This isn't a show. You can stop and move any point you want. Now, we lifted the hip. Now we learn to cross the hip. A hip cross is great for an accent move. And literally, you're keeping your home open. And instead of lifting up, we drop it down. If you notice, right now I'm doing it more muscularly, where I'm just moving the muscles down. Or, again, remember, always have the weight off. I can actually fully drop. I can even kick the foot out if I want. But right now, that is for my leg. Instead of lifting up, we're staying in neutral, dropping it down. Neutral, drop it down. Neutral, drop it down. Next is a very easy thing, which is a descent. You bring your arms up in either of the Turkish positions, and literally you're just dropping down to one knee. Now, if you have a dirty environment, if you're at a restaurant or something, you notice when I drop down, I'm not actually going to touch the floor. This takes a lot of practice. It takes muscles in the legs. When you come back, when you turn this side so you can see better. So again, my knees are actually touching the ground. And coming back up. Now, if you want to do any form of forward, obviously, you sit down. Basic belly dancing, you never want to do a back bend towards your audience. So in my case, the audience is the camera. So I'm not going to do a back bend with my front facing in. Then I'm going to turn to the side. There are two types of back bends. There's an arch and a straight back. We'll start with a straight back. The reason why, it's very good for helping with the leg muscles. Now, when you start to do a straight back, we actually want to practice elevators first. Elevator is a basic exercise. So we go down a little bit, we come up. See how I'm keeping my back as straight as I can. Go down a little bit more. Come up. Down a little bit more. Come up. Now, if you're still building up your leg muscles and you want to have a friend, hold your hands. So this way, you can come all the way down. You can't quite get back up. They can pull you up, but it's an option. But always keep practicing those elevators. It will help with the leg muscles. So this is a straight back. Now I bring my arms to the front to help me counterbalance. That's simply me. A arch back bend, we're actually going to open our legs up a little bit more. And we're trying to keep your hips and knees equal. But with an arch back bend, you can open them up a little bit wider than your hips. And you're actually going to arch the back and come down. So, again, work with those elevators. And you'll eventually get where you can bring the head fully back and arch your back down. You will move gracefully. You go into innocent pose. And either swing forward and come up, or just go ahead and come up sideways in any way you feel like. Please remember, with any form of dance, if it hurts, stop. Belly dance is not a painful dance. It is a more graceful dance. It will feel uncomfortable at first. Like I mentioned, you'll feel stretching or movement in those muscles that you're not used to moving, but it should never hurt. So please keep that in mind for anything. So this is the end of the week 1 section. So we're actually going to stretch again. Because we just did the back bends, I would like you to come forward, lean forward, forward, forward. Far back as you can go. Try to touch the floor. Come up slowly, your head being the last thing to come up. Bend back. Straighten up. Do it again. Swan dive down, touch the floor. Or as far as you can go. Slowly stand up. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your head. Stretching out those muscles. And stretch the side. You can scoot forward. Feel like knee tense. Those muscles that always get tense. Go to the other side. Swing forward again. And come up. Hope you enjoy this. I'll be making sure to tag each one individually so you won't even skip through the video. And I hope you have a great time dancing. See you next week.